Well, I mean, I found in film school that we really kind of just learned by doing. We weren't really taught a lot in the classroom. It was what I learned the most was when I was making my thesis film, which was a documentary. I'm going to show some clips from it in the master class, actually. It was a documentary about immigrants in Austin. So, I mean, I'm trying to think. I don't know if there's anything that I wished, because I feel like I was kind of self-taught in a way because I learned just by doing. But I did have a thesis advisor who was extremely helpful, and he taught me a lot towards the end. You know, when I was editing my project, he kind of was there a lot, sort of advising me. And he was a narrative filmmaker and not really that much into documentary, but what I learned from him is that it doesn't really matter if it's documentary or narrative. It's all about telling a good story. And so he really opened my eyes up to the fact that, you know, you can tell a good human story and it can affect people, and you know, it can make change on issues without you being blatant about the issues in the film. Like, it's much more powerful if you can make the audience care about an issue through a human story rather than care about an issue by telling a lot about issues in your film. So he really helped me a lot in that regard, and I think it's really influenced my filmmaking since then, in that I always try to focus on the human part of the story and less about the issues, although the issues are there in the background. But I feel like each audience member takes from the film their own thing, you know, so that was really helpful. And I think also it was because he was a narrative filmmaker, and he also taught me how to shoot a whole scene. Like, don't just shoot B-roll and interviews. Like, you have to think in terms of scenes. Like, each scene is its own each scene should have its own beginning, middle, and end, and should be able to stand on its own, and you should shoot your films in that way and not worry about getting the right B-roll, but to tell a story even with each individual scene. And that was really helpful too. I went to do a shoot in Mexico that was going to be really difficult with the family of this immigrant who had died, and that was the advice he gave me. He's like, whatever you do, don't shoot a lot of B-roll. And interviews, like, shoot scenes, you know, shoot actual scenes. So